when the head of Jamaica's Integrity Commission accuses Parliament Speaker of ghosting him on serious ethical issues, you know there's more brewing beneath the surface than just politics. What exactly did Retired Justice Seymour Panton uncover? And why has Juliet Holness kept silent on the issue? Hey, patriotic internet friends and family, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a showdown that's shaking up Jamaica's parliament, pitting the head of the Integrity Commission against the Speaker of the House in a battle of ethics, accountability, and maybe even some questionable water choices. So sit tight for the story of power, silence, and integrity, or the lack of it. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for this one. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more juicy updates on Jamaica's political and social scene. Welcome all patriotic Jamaicans. The movement continues. Make we get into it now? Let's kick it off. Alright, so let's kick it off with the main players. Meet Retired Justice Seymour Panton, chairman of the Integrity Commission and anti-corruption watchdog created to promote and enhance standards of ethical conduct for parliamentarians, public officials, and other persons. Or at least that's the goal. Then there's Juliet Holness, Speaker of the House of Representatives, supposedly a gatekeeper of parliamentary orders and oversight. Now, what's the spark? Panton has a bone to pick with Holness. Why? Because he sent her a letter earlier this year, a big deal letter, raising some pretty serious concerns about the conduct of a certain parliamentarian. But here's the kicker. The letter hasn't even been acknowledged. Not a peep from Holness. In fact, Panton says it's a big disappointment. But wait, it gets juicier. So Panton's had enough. He brings up the issue publicly, hoping Parliament might actually address it. Instead, they zero in on something else he said during a heated session with the Integrity Commission Oversight Committee. Panton, in a rather heated and spicy moment, hinted that maybe the water parliamentarians drink was influencing their behavior. A cheeky way of calling out their seemingly biased and erratic attitudes toward the Integrity Commission. And speaking of behavior, that brings us to Everald Warmington, a former minister with a reputation for, let's say, unfiltered remarks. He's no stranger to controversy, but in February, he stirred up a storm. At a rally for the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, Warmington boldly declared he would starve a People's National Party councillor of public funds. Yep, he really said that. Not a great look, especially for someone supposed to be serving the public. Following the backlash, he stepped down as cabinet minister. Or did he? Because he claims he was actually fired by the prime minister. Drama, right? Stick around to see just how this political chess match plays out. Panton isn't done. In March, he takes action, writing to the Integrity Commission Oversight Committee, the Joint Select Committee reviewing the Integrity Commission Act, and even the House Speaker herself, Juliet Holness. His message, clear. Warmington's actions disqualify him from being on these committees. He's even suggested that the Ethics Committee should investigate the matter. But where does this leave Juliet Holness? You would think she'd respond by now, right? But silence. Nothing from her end. And so Panton on live radio expressed his frustration, saying this lack of acknowledgement is yet again a disappointment. After all, the Integrity Commission Act is supposed to raise the bar for ethical conduct, but without the Speaker's acknowledgement, it seems those high standards might just be a dream. At the end of of the day, we're left with a big question. Will the Speaker of the House address this letter, or will it get buried in the depths of parliamentary paperwork? And what about the Integrity Commission's power? Can it truly enforce ethical standards if Parliament's response is radio silence? Here's a summary of the key points. 1. Integrity Commission disappointment. Retired Justice Seymour Panton expresses frustration with House Speaker Juliet Holness for ignoring a letter about ethical concerns. 2. Watergate in Parliament. Panton alludes to a mysterious effect of Parliament's water on lawmakers' judgments, sparking humor and speculation. 3. Everald Warmington scandal. After threatening to withhold funds from a political opponent, Warmington steps down or is fired, adding more fuel to the ethics debate. 4. Ethics standards on the line. The Integrity Commission pushes for high standards, but without the Speaker's acknowledgement. The question remains, will Parliament respond? Here are some questions that you might have, along with detailed answers to provide you with clarity while adding depth to the narrative. Question number 1. Why is it a big deal if the Speaker of the House doesn't respond to the Integrity Commission's letter? Answer. The Integrity Commission's role is to ensure transparency, accountability, and ethical behavior in government. When they send a letter to the Speaker about the unethical conduct of a parliamentarian, it's expected that she responds. Juliet Holness's silence on this issue could signal a disregard for the Integrity Commission's authority, which weakens the body responsible for holding politicians accountable. Ignoring the letter also raises questions about possible bias or unwillingness to confront misconduct within Parliament, which could damage public trust in the very institutions meant to serve them. Question number 2. Why does the Integrity Commission care so much about Everald Warmington's comments? Answer. Everald Warmington's comments crossed a line by suggesting he'd withhold public funds from an opposition politician purely out of political spite. This statement isn't just inflammatory, it suggests abuse of power, which is exactly what the Integrity Commission is meant to prevent. The Commission is calling for standards that treat public funds as resources for all citizens, not political leverage. Allowing someone who made such a comment to remain in influential committee positions would send the wrong message about ethical standards in Parliament. Question number 3. What exactly did Justice Panton mean by saying that the quality of water consumed by parliamentarians affects them? Answer. This was likely a sarcastic remark from Justice Panton, highlighting how some parliamentarians seems to disregard ethical standards and the Commission's authority. By alluding to something as basic as the water they drink, he's humorously suggesting that something as ordinary as hydration can't explain such irrational or combative behavior. The comment shines a light on a troubling pattern that some lawmakers are hostile towards the Commission when it holds them to account, rather than supporting its work to uphold integrity. Question number 4. Why is the Speaker's silence causing disappointment, and what impact does it have on the Integrity Commission? Answer. Justice Panton described the Speaker's silence as a big disappointment because it essentially ignores the Commission's concerns, potentially letting questionable conduct slide without scrutiny. The Integrity Commission relies on cooperation from from other branches of government to address ethical issues. When the Speaker doesn't even acknowledge their letter, it weakens the Commission's influence and sends a message that ethical lapses might be tolerated, even protected in Parliament. This could set a dangerous precedent, undermining efforts to promote accountability. Question number 5. Why was Panton criticized by some lawmakers, and does this criticism have any weight? Answer. Some lawmakers took offense to Panton's criticism of their verbal attacks against the Integrity Commission. These lawmakers likely felt that Panton was painting them as hostile to transparency, which may not sit well with those who believe they've done nothing wrong. However, Panton's criticism reveals a deeper issue. If lawmakers react defensively rather than engaging with the Commission's concerns, it could mean they are more interested in protecting their image or avoiding scrutiny than in genuine accountability. This makes Panton's point about their conduct even more relevant. Question number 6. Why hasn't the Prime Minister taken more direct action following the Integrity Commission's concern? Answer. While the Prime Minister's office did announce Warmington's resignation, Warmington later claimed he was actually fired, which complicates the narrative. The Prime Minister may be trying to avoid further controversy by letting Warmington exit quietly. However, by not engaging more transparently with the Integrity Commission's concerns, the Prime Minister risks appearing indifferent to ethical standards in his administration, which could impact his credibility and support among citizens who value integrity in government. Question number 7. What does this conflict mean for Jamaica's Integrity Commission Act? Answer. The Integrity Commission Act is designed to set a standard for ethical conduct among public officials. But if the Speaker of the House or other high-ranking officials can ignore the Commission's recommendations without consequence, the Act's authority could be undermined. This conflict is about more than a letter. It's a test of whether the Act will have real impact or become just another set of rules that can be bypassed. If the Act isn't enforced, it may fail to achieve its purpose of raising ethical standards in Jamaican politics. Question number 8. Why should the public care about this situation? Answer. This conflict touches on the core of democratic values: trust, accountability, and transparency. When officials ignore ethical concerns, it undermines the public confidence in the government's ability to serve fairly. Without a strong integrity commission, citizens may start questioning if officials are genuinely working in their best interests or if politics is just a game of favoritism and unchecked powers. The stakes are high because this situation sets a precedent for how ethical issues are handled across government, impacting every Jamaican citizens. I hope you found these questions and answers more informative and thought-provoking while addressing your curiosity and potential concerns about the conflict. Let's get into my reaction and commentary. There is some low-level tension between the Integrity Commission and Everald Warmington. Here's another Gleaner article involving Everald Warmington and Justice Seymour Panton, and this is from June 14, 2023. The title of the article is Warmington under probe. Warmington has been strident in his calls for sweeping changes to the Integrity Commission Act. Further, Warmington wants to scrap provisions in the current law that allows the anti-corruption body to request information from lawmakers that predates the establishment of the commission in 2018. Section 56(1) of the Integrity Commission Act states that a person who has an official duty under the law shall deal with as secret and confidential all information, statutory declarations, and all other matters relating to any matters before the commission. And this is from 2023. So I'm just try to give you the full context and backstory so you can have a deeper understanding of where all of this come from between Everald Warmington and Justice Seymour Panton from the Integrity Commission. Why you always see Warmington so aggressive or maybe come across as a little hostile towards the IC. Well, this is the backstory. This is a direct quote from Everald Warmington, and the name of the gleaner, the title of the gleaner is "Some MPs Don't Read." Warmington declared that he had never seen an audit of the IC tabled in Parliament, yet the agency was spending taxpayers' money. However, the IC countered that claim. The IC, all 63 lawmakers in the lower house receive a soft copy of the IC's annual report, which contains the audited financial statements of the commission. Hence the title of the article, "Some MPs Don't Read." So there's a lot of political tension and drama between Everald Warmington and the Integrity Commission. Now, Justice Seymour Panton, I don't know if nobody tell you this, but it's going to be a cold day in hell before Juliet Holness responds or reply to your letter. Meaning, members say the Integrity Commission investigate her husband. So the IC is now the enemy of the state, the enemy at the gate. You are persona non grata. You are essentially threatening her lifeline and the ability of her children and grandchildren generational wealth. Una mess with our money by investigating her husband for allegations and accusations of illicit enrichment by the IC probe. So she not gonna reply to your letter. She will never reply to your letter. You have to just know that. So apparently the IC do their job too well, where the parliamentarians feel like say they can talk to the IC certain way, or disrespect them certain way, or ignore them certain way because they are doing too good of a job. It's like the politician them indirectly would say, we expect uno fi act like uno do something, you know, but uno end up actually do something, and that not sit too well with we. Keep up the good work, Integrity Commission. Keep doing what you guys do. No politician on either side is a fan of the Integrity Commission right now, because both political parties are under the microscope of the Integrity Commission. The watchdog is watching. And the people of Jamaica love the work where the Integrity Commissioner do. So even if the parliamentarians them hostile towards the IC, the people of Jamaica, the well-thinking, critical thinkers of Jamaica who actually have morals and ethics, love and appreciate the great job that the Integrity Commission is doing. The whole purpose of the Integrity Commission is to hold public officials accountable and keep them in check. I know you have a problem with them doing the job that the commission was tasked to do. Make that make sense, cause the math not math. It's like you done say, boy, know you catch me in a IC, but turn a blind eye and pretend like you not see me. It's like that the politician them would want. Some people of Jamaica is like that them would want. two things can be right at the same time, but still in direct conflict with each other. Meaning, you can want a better Jamaica, while at the same time, you not believe, say, them fear pressure your favorite public official or investigate your favorite political officials for accusations and allegations of corruption. But in order for you to get a better Jamaica, the job has to be done by holding public officials accountable and responsible when they step out of line and are engaging in acts of corruption. Be sure to subscribe for updates on this saga and other political showdowns worldwide. And hey, drop a comment below should the speaker respond, and what do you think about Panton's Parliament water theory?